Hello there and welcome to the draw for the inaugural Live at Leeds five-a-side tournament. I'm joined here by members of the Sunshine Underground and the Pigeon Detectives who are going to be helping me with this draw. Gentlemen, how are you?
Yeah, good.
Good. Yeah. You're not able to play this year, of course. You have an international friendly in China, I believe.
Correct. Yeah, we do actually at the end of the month.
Looking forward to that?
Yeah, it'll be good.
Good. Yeah, I hope so. Teach them how to do it. Gentlemen, you're here. We're here at your gig at Leeds Met.
Yep.
Looking forward to playing later.
Yeah, definitely. It's always good.
And then you will be playing the tournament, of course.
Yeah, well, I'm managing, so I've got a leg injury, but I won't be playing.
You've been formatting a dossier on the other teams?
I have actually. I've been sussing out tactics, and I think with my skills, I've made a phone call to Jose and he's told me a few tips. So.
Really? Pigeon Detectives want to be worried about that. Right, I'll just explain what we're going to do with this draw. As you can see, we have 8 pint glasses for the groups. There are 32 teams in the competition, and they'll be split into 8 groups of 4 teams. What we're going to do is we're going to go one from one to another and pick the teams for each group at once. So, without further ado, if we can pick the teams for Group A. Sunshine Underground, could you pick the first ball, please?
And 30, Little Parades.
Little Parades, students at Leeds College of Music. They are the first team to be in Group A. Pigeon Detectives.
.22 Vibrations
ILIKEPRESS Studios and Vibrations magazine. Sure to be a tough team to crack. Sunshine Underground.
28,
Avery's, new band on the scene. They've been threatening to sing opponents' songs at them when they score against them. We'll see how that works. Final band in team in Group A, please.
It's number 15, Blood Oranges.
Ooh, wild card for the events. They're planning to field a mixed sex team, so we'll see how that goes down. So the teams for Group A, if you can remember, we've got Little Parades, Vibrations, ILIKEPRESS, Blood Oranges, and Avery's. Thank you. Right, Group B, we can have the first team, please.
We have 21 Loose Talk Costs Lives.
Loose Talk Costs Lives. They're very enthusiastic about the tournament.
Nine Post-War Glamour Girls.
Ooh, Post-War Glamour Girls. They're also enthusiastic about the tournament. Also rumoured to be fielding a mixed sex team.
Not wrong with that.
14, Big Scary Monsters.
Big Scary Monsters. They all host their own tournament down in London, so they will certainly be one of the favourites for the tournament.
Last one, Group B. Is the Cockpit.
The Cockpit. Team that everyone wants to be part of. Obviously the promoters of Live at Leeds with Futuresound, they will certainly be ones that people want to beat. Let's go straight on to Group C if we can.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Barefoot.
Crouching Tiger and Hidden Barefoot, the team of Barefoot Beware, and I believe their friends band Hides, hence the team name. Next band please, next team.
Moody Gowns.
Moody Gowns, I think they're planning to rope a few people in from various organisations in Leeds. That should be an interesting one.
Number 8, the Pigeon Detectives.
The Pigeon Detectives, that's in Group C.
Group C.
Oh, so that'll be a highly contested group.
Let's see if we can get a nice one for us.
See how much the planning's paid off.
Yep. FC Lokomotiv.
Oh,
I like trains.
Lokomotiv, the I Like Trains forward rusher team. That is sure to be a grudge group right there.
It's going to be interesting.
The Cockpit, FC Lokomotiv and the Pigeon Detectives all in one group. I wonder how the Moody Gowns will fare there. Right, let's move on to Group D.
We have the Well, Northern Monkey and ITV.
That is a joint team between the folk at the Well, Northern Monkey Pub and some people from ITV. I think that's mainly to get the most ringers possible. We'll see how they fare. Who else is going to join the Group D, guys? Jim.
The Yalla Yallas FC.
Yalla Yallas FC, keenly anticipating this draw. That'll be a bit of a grudge match. I believe they've played in bands with various members of the Well ITV team.
Next is number 6, What Gorilla and Keys to Machinery.
Yeah, they're a keen team from the Halifax area, members of Leeds Met. They've combined resources to put the strongest team possible. And the final team, Group D,
is number 13, Sam Airy, Arthur Rigby and the Baskervilles.
Arthur Rigby and the Baskervilles, that is right, yeah. One of my dark horses for the tournament. That is a very intriguing group we have there, right there in Group D. And it's at this point I'd like to remember everyone about how boring the Champions League draw gets when you're doing these things. But let's crack quickly on with the 5th group.
Okay, first up, the Whip.
The Whip from Manchester, massively enthusiastic about the competition. They were hassled us to get that last place in the tournament. They'll be joined by
The Finleys.
the Finleys, strong Leeds guys, strong connection with goals, practically a home match for these guys.
Next is 27, Transmission FC.
Transmission FC, the original founders of Divine Music Venue and helped start Dance to Radio. Basically a team of ringers.
Those pops open, so I'll take that.
Oh,
And this is Jerkles.
Jerkles, joint
This is
team
James
of
Owen.
Go on.
James Owen, Fender and Circles.
Yeah, they've combined to become Jerkles, so we'll see how they get started in the tournament. Moving quickly on, let's hit the 5th group, 6th group.
Yep.
Group F.
Okay, we have O2 Academy FC.
The O2 Academy, another team that's likely to be the one that everyone wants to beat. Marmozets, those guys are looking hot for it as well. Next team.
Number 32, Team Stylist, Leeds University.
Team So, this is already a venue heavy group. There's likely to be some broken bones in this one between two of the biggest venues in the city. And the last team?
And the last team is number 10, Escort Knights.
Escort Knights, again, very enthusiastic. So, we've got two young local bands exciting in two of the biggest venues in the city. That'll be an interesting group. Right, second to last group now, it's getting tasty. We've still yet to see Futuresound FC, promoters of Live at Leeds. Where will they end up? Philophobia.
Philophobia.
For those who don't know, basically a collective of Wakefield band. That'll feature members of the Spills, Run Around Kigs, Imp and various others.
Club, Banwich, Faversham and Clubsmith.
Yeah, so Club Smith playing here of course tonight. That'll be an interesting matchup.
Interesting name.
Interesting name, no one knows where that comes from.
Okay, and here we have number 1, Futuresound
Oh,
FC.
so Futuresound FC playing against a team, playing in a group with those guys from Faversham.
And finally, it's number 26, Mickey P. Kerr and Milo.
With a joint Mickey P, Kerr and Milo is another of my tips for the tournament. It's another strong looking group there.
Yep.
Right, final group. First team in the final group.
First up we have
Spartak
Spartak Nosko. That's Nation of Shopkeepers team. Another great name there from the guys at Nation of Shopkeepers. They're in the last group, Group H.
Soul Circus and Japanese Fighting Fish.
Again, another two bands that have combined resources for the strongest possible team. This is already looking like another strong group. This penultimate team.
And we have 16, Frankie in the Heartstrings.
Frankie in the Heartstrings. This is an interesting, playing against Nation of Shopkeepers, where I believe they played live at Leeds last year, I think, later in the day. So the final band.
Finally, it's
slash team.
Broodnell Social Club.
Oh, another venue-heavy group and another venue that Frankie and the Heartstrings have played. That is likely to be a real competitive group. All 8 very competitive groups here. I'd like to thank you, gentlemen, for taking part. This is all exciting. All ties to be played the weekend of the 1st and 2nd of May. Specifically the 2nd of May, 2 p.m. at Goals Soccer Centre. Everyone's invited, whether you're playing or just want to come down, watch some guys show their skills and have a few beers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Right, so Pigeon Detectives, you've been drawn in a group with FC Lokomotiv, Moody Gowns and Crouching Tiger hidden barefoot. What's your reaction?
I think the biggest reaction is we've got competition with Lokomotiv FC and I think it'd be a tough one. I'm not too sure about the other two, I'm not that familiar with their sort of tactics, but I think we'll give you guys your own team on it anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
You do? Well, of course, a lot of people have been saying FC Lokomotiv are one of the favourites, but I believe members of the camp are trying to play it down. But any idea of the systems you're going to play? Are you going to try and annul their tactics, or are you just going to play your own game?
We can't divulge too much, especially not to you, mate. But it'll be an interesting game, put it that way. You'll see some master tacticians.
2 feet out, I think, in that.
Yeah.
2 feet ahead, score as many points as possible.
Yeah. Score one more.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. Have a good gig later.
Cheers, thanks.
Cheers.
So I'm joined here by Simon Stevens, the main booker for Live at Leeds Festival, but more importantly, the goalkeeper for FC Futuresound. You've been drawn in Group G alongside Philphobia, Club Bandwich, the team of the Faversham and Club Smith, and the joint team of Milo's and Mickey P. Kerr. What's your reaction?
I'm reasonably happy with that. It's not one of the strongest groups, but it's certainly not one of the weakest
I
either.
was going to say, most of these teams play football pretty regularly. You think you're going to be able to handle that?
I think the talent that we've got in our squad, we should be able to handle that.
Yeah, speaking of your talent, may I just mention you had an injury scare to your star striker Andy Smith recently. Can you give us any update on his condition?
We did. Andy was in for an X-ray at LGI yesterday. The foot's not broken,
Right.
but it's going to be a 2-week layup before we can get him back on the pitch.
Will he be able to take to the tournament up to match fitness, or?
I don't think he'll be match fitness, but I think it's a risk we're not going to take.
Okay, great stuff. Thank you very much, Simon.
No problem.
So I'm joined here by Fezz, one of the co-organisers of the tournament, but also goalkeeper of FC Lokomotiv. Been drawn in a pretty tough group along with the Pigeon Detectives. How do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, it's going to be a tough one, just basically because they went to school with me and I know that they're a good side, but hopefully, I don't know too much about the other two sides, but hopefully we'll be able to nail it down and maybe get in the top 2.
Yeah. You mentioned those two sides, not much known about Moody Gowns or the team from Barefoot Beware. How are you going to approach those matches?
Well, I think we're quite a free-scoring side when we play sort of week in, week out, but we're going to have to obviously keep our wits about us and just make sure we defend well, which I'm pretty sure we can.
Yeah, very good. Any other teams you're looking out for in the tournament?
I think Futuresound should be a decent side. Big Scary Monsters we've obviously played against, and I reckon Loose Talk Cost Live should be a fairly decent side as
Most of those teams are two of those teams are in the same group, so that'll be one to look out for. Thank you, Fezz.
Thank you.